Hey guys, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 3 here today on the channel. In today's video we're going to be checking out a first look at the Warhammer 3 campaign map in a cinematic flyover. We're going to be having a look at Grand Cathay on the campaign map with Xiaoming in Hanyu Port. We've also got Weijin, the Cathay capital city and home of the Dragon Emperor. We also see the Great Bastion Wall as well, which separates Cathay and the Chaos Wastes. We also have a look at Gunpowder Road as well, home of Miaoying, followed by Kislev with Tsarina Katerin. We had to look at the city of Kislev itself and Boka Palace, Castle Alexandrinov as well, the stronghold of the Great Orthodoxy and seat of the Supreme Patriarch Kostaltin. And we also get to see as well the infamous Cursed City, Prague. And last but not least, the Mountains of Morn, the Ogres. We get to see the Firemouth Volcano, where the fire bellies come from. We also see the winding Ivory Road and the great halls of Greasus Goldtooth and the narrow Worm Pass, where Scrag the Slaughterer is hanging out. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the campaign map flyover.
Bordering these terrible mountains are the isolated lands of Grand Cathay. Past the Warpstone Desert in the heart of the wastelands of Jinshin, Xiaoming defends Hanyu Port from brazen ogres and burrowing Skaven. It is the duty of the dragon siblings to maintain the harmony between yin and yang. Doing so will ensure Grand Cathay's strength and prosperity. On the most eastern edge of Grand Cathay is the capital city of the Celestial Loyalists, Weijin, above which hangs the Celestial City, home of the Dragon Emperor. With a turn of the Wujing compass, the Dragon Emperor's children can carve out Cathay's fate, economic powerhouse or machine of war. The compass decides. The Great Bastion snakes and weaves across miles of country, physically separating Grand Cathay from the Chaos Wastes beyond. For centuries has this wall stood firm, repelling legions upon legions of twisted demons and foul Chaos worshippers. The Cathayans must remain vigilant, for the threat of invasion is ever growing. Past the lands of stone and steel is Gunpowder Road, home of Nangao and Miaoying. From here, the Storm Dragon rules the northern provinces and garrisons the Great Bastion. To fund such a task, she dispatches caravans along the Ivory Road, trading with distant lands beyond the mountains. Hers is the task of unending stewardship, for if the Bastion falls, it's the people who suffer. Beyond Reichland, Ostermark, and the reach of the Empire stands a frozen bulwark. Kislev, a fractured kingdom besieged from within and without by enemies of ideology and chaos. Tsarina Katerin, daughter of Tsar Boris the Beloved, rules from the peaks of the Boka Palace in the city of Kislev. The Ice Queen must lean heavily on her ice court if she means to bring order and security to these turbulent lands. But there are those who do not approve of Katerin's reign and would sooner see themselves in power. It's from Castle Alexandrinov, stronghold of the Great Orthodoxy and seat of Supreme Patriarch Kostaltin, that the Tsarina faces the most immediate threat to her rule. These two Kislevite figureheads vie for the people's devotion, so they might employ powerful boons from their pantheon of gods. Further north, between the northern and eastern oblasts, stands the Cursed City. Prague is the bastion of the north, a title earned through blood, corruption, and endless siege. A dying, tainted beast thrashing against the inevitability of its fate. In the east, far from Kislev's frosty plains, loom the deadly mountains of Morn. Here, ogres and other merciless beasts make their home, though none more awe-inspiring than the deified Firemouth volcano, from which magic-wielding ogres known as Firebellies draw their considerable power. Winding ivory road, the Great Hall of Greasus can be smelt before seen. Inside, Greasus Goldtooth the Over-Tyrant counts his riches and gorges on the spoils of his bountiful greed, all the while accepting mercenary contracts from anyone with deep enough pockets. Further east, straddling the border between the mountains of Morn and Grand Cathay, is the narrow Worm Pass. Though far from home, Scrag the Slaughterer and his insane rabble have pilgrimaged from the west to pay tribute to the Great Maw, their violent god. Scrag drags behind him a mountain of bloody offerings to feed the beast in exchange for sinister rewards.
So that's all the campaign footage I have at the moment. Hopefully I can get my hands on some more in the future. I've also got to say a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly for sending me over this footage, which was recorded by one of their devs. They've also got more Warhammer 3 videos and updates going on their official channel as well. Also, please take into consideration that development for Warhammer 3 is still in progress, and there might be some things that are subject to change here and there, so bear that in mind. So that's all from me today. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. And I'm going to play the outro now and say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members. Take care, boys. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpsy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.